Cane Forest.
Come enjoy the magic of the season from November 27th through December 20th on weekends only from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Or come shop at Grandma's Country Store for trees and holiday decor every day from 11 till 7. Learn more or buy tickets at nickajackfarms.com.
Merry Christmas!
Love the show. Thank God for radio. I don't know where we'd be without it.
I listen to you daily. Your station is so informative.
News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Live from the WHBC Broadcast Center. Find out more about area businesses, agencies, and events.
It's what's going on right now.
This is Spotlight.
Well, good morning, everyone. And yes, it is a Wednesday morning, and that means Spotlight. And today, we're going to get you ready for the holidays because we are talking with our friends at Nickajack Farms about Christmas on the farm. And if you are listening on the radio, obviously you're hearing us right now, but you can also check out the video stream of this at our WHBC video stream on our Facebook page at 1480 WHBC, also on Twitter at 1480 WHBC. And in case you didn't know, we have a YouTube channel. Just have to search News Talk 1480 WHBC on YouTube to find it. So I want to welcome in Debbie and Amanda Siebolt from Nickajack Farms right now. Good morning, ladies. How are you?
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good to see you. Good to see you. So I take it that the fall season, the pumpkins and all of the things that we talked about went just great for you guys, correct?
Yeah, it was awesome. We had a great fall season with all things considered.
Yes, let's start there and talk a little bit about that before we get into what is actually happening with Christmas on the farm. You know, we're all talking still, of course, COVID-19, pandemic, all of those things. You guys have had to make some adjustments, right?
Absolutely. So during our fall season, we were requesting that everyone wear their masks inside of our buildings. And of course, everyone knows now that there's a new mask mandate. So that has to be kind of enforced a little bit more. So whenever you come out to the farm during Christmas, since most of the things are inside barns, we just ask that everyone be sure to have a mask and wear it at all times.
And all of your events that you plan, I mean, they're obviously all planned around all of the COVID regulations and things like that. So people don't have to worry about that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're being extra cautious, keeping in touch with the health department and making sure everything is clean and sanitized. And we have some people on staff who actually do nothing but sanitize before, during, and after hours. So.
Okay, so let's start off before we get to Debbie and her special guest, who is very important. I'm going to tell everyone she has a special guest with her that you are going to want to become friends with. But let's talk a little bit about Christmas at the farm and what kinds of things are going to be happening.
Well, I'll start with saying that apart from having Santa, who is going to be there to get pictures with, let you tell him everything you want for Christmas. The cool thing about it is it's going to be at his toy barn, which is a temporary workspace for him. And he'll actually be prepared to build, and he'll be in different clothing, ready to build stuff. And I think the special guest can elaborate a little bit more on that. But we definitely also have, we have some Christmas lights that you can see. There's going to be some really cool photo opportunities with Christmas lights. So make sure you keep a lookout on our Facebook page, and you guys can see some of those cool Christmas lights. We have a candy cane forest that you can walk through and see all of the candy canes growing. And then last but not least, we are going to we have an ice skating rink that you'll be able to come and ice skate while you drink your hot cocoa. So it'll be really Christmassy. It'll be awesome. We're really excited about it.
Is the ice skating rink something new?
Absolutely. Yeah. The ice skating rink is brand new this year. It's actually going to be inside this year. Next year, we're thinking it might go outside, but this year it's going to be inside. You can rent your skates at the farm and have fun and ice skate and drink hot cocoa, and it'll be really fun.
That's awesome. Awesome. All right. So Debbie, why don't you introduce who your special guest that is with you today?
Sure. My special guest is Del Smith, and he is our North Pole representative. He works directly with Santa, and he talks with Santa and with us and tells us what Santa needs at his temporary shop here at Nickajack. One of the reasons that he chose to come here was because we have a large landing area for the sleigh, and we have a lot of room for the reindeer if he needs to leave them overnight. And we also have a large barn that he can work in, as well as the elves. So, Dale, could you tell us a little more?
Sure, and not to mention, there are so many good boys and girls in the area. You know, with the whole COVID thing, Santa has to limit his pre-Christmas visits. Above all, he wants to keep everyone safe. And the farm was able to accommodate all those things. Like she said, if the reindeer need to spend the night. So Santa, not one of his helpers, was able to come. I've been able to give them basically what he needed for his temporary workshop, and they took it and they went above and beyond at the farm. And so Santa is very happy to be able to make some pre-Christmas visits, even during this pandemic. So all safety precautions will be there. Of course, he'll have his workshop clothes on. He'll be arriving special on Black Friday, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, we don't know how he's coming yet. He's going to surprise us, but he will be arriving at the farm. And for any boys and girls that happen to see this, so that you know it's the real Santa and not one of his helpers, he let me borrow some things to share with you today. Make sure to look for Santa's official hot cocoa mug. You may remember this from the movie with Mr. Tim Allen, but Santa let me borrow this morning. So make sure you look for that. Also, I didn't ask Santa, so I hope I don't end up on the naughty list, but I borrowed one of his pairs of reading glasses. Another thing for the boys and girls to look at to make sure it's really him. You can see these glasses are several hundred years old, and they're one of Santa's extra reading glasses. Depending on what he's doing, he wears different glasses. So these may not be the exact ones in the workshop because he has to have particular glasses for all those details. And something else that's interesting, you're not going to see Santa in the workshop after he arrives with his Sunday best suit on, or what he wears on Christmas Eve, because in the workshop, a lot of dirt. But he usually wears a hat, something like this in the workshop.
It's a leather cap.
It is a leather cap, kind of casual, but I have to say Santa looks really dapper in it, and that's what he usually wears around the workshop. And I also, so you know it's really him, I brought along his one set of keys, and he talks about how Christmas is very important and made a family, how family is the key to Christmas. And if you look at his keys, these keys spell out family. There's an F and an A and an M-I-L-Y, and that's why Santa talks about family being the keys to Christmas. And Nickajack Farms has gone above and beyond to help families come this year and with the pandemic and make some special Christmas memories. You can even pick up the hot chocolate recipe while you're at the farm. You know, Santa has a special recipe for the cocoa that goes in that cup. And a lot of amazing things that we're able to do there with Santa at the farm. We're very, very fortunate to team up with him. And locally, we're procured the Judith Lynn band organ. Maslin folks know what that is. And it will be on the farm playing fantastic Christmas music. It's an old-fashioned band organ that was hand-built by Clark Hainham of Maslin. And we'll have that there to play some of Santa's favorite music.
And it looks like those that must be the key to every city in the world, I think.
Well, family, yes, you're probably right. I don't have all the locations because I'm not authorized to use those keys. I'm only authorized to show them to our viewers.
And for folks who want to see these, make sure you check out this video at our Facebook page at WHBC, and also on Twitter at 1480WHBC. You can check that out as well. So guys, if folks are interested in coming, this is the thing. We need to tell them the timing of all of this and how do they need to get tickets and how do they go about doing it?
So you can buy tickets at the door or online. And we aren't at the moment restricting how many people can be at the farm because we do have so much area. We're able to hold a lot of people. So we haven't had any max capacity yet during fall. So we'll see how that goes through Christmas. And Santa is only at the farm on weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. And you can come at any time during the day to see Santa, ice skate, walk through the candy cane forest, eat s'mores, and drink hot chocolate.
That sounds fun. That sounds like a lot of fun. So, but you do have to get your tickets ahead of time, or can you get them once you're
You
there?
can do either. You can buy tickets ahead of time on our website at nickajackfarms.com, or you can purchase them at the door when you arrive.
Okay, that makes it easy to be able to do that. Talk a little bit about when people pull up, because I know that long drive always is what strikes me, and everything always looks so beautiful. What kind of things are people going to see when they start to make that drive up to the farm?
There's not going to be a whole lot different than there were in the fall festival. So when you pull up the driveway, you're going to enter the same way. You're going to go to the Red Barn parking lot. And most of the Christmas stuff is behind the Red Barn, just like the fall was. You walk into the Red Barn just like you did to get your tickets. We have the outdoor admission area, and then everything goes from there. Most of the Christmas activities are outdoors. Of course, the lights are outside. Santa's Toy Barn is inside, but we will be kind of monitoring how many people are going in and out of there so that we don't have a crowd waiting for Santa. Also, we will be doing pony rides, which is in our large indoor arena that has doors all around, so there's a lot of airflow. We also have the animal barn will be open as well. So we do ask that if there is a crowd in a barn that you're heading towards, please go to another barn and do another activity or do something outside. And remember to keep your mask on inside the barns at all times. And we will be monitoring throughout the whole Christmas season if the governor gives us some restrictions, or if the health department wants us to do something, we will be changing our requirements throughout the year if it comes to that. But right now, like I said, most of our stuff is outside. The lights are beautiful. We were testing them last night. The animals are very excited. We have had the reindeer here a couple days, bringing Santa's supplies into us. So it's always fun to meet them. Don't know if they'll be here through the holiday because Santa said they have a lot to do at the North Pole as well. So we'll see what happens.
And you're having a hayride too, right?
Yes, yes, we will have the hayride. The wagons themselves will be lit up. And again, we do have the social distancing on the hayrides like we did for Fall Fest. We had the plastic in between each family, so we'll do that for Christmas as well. It'll be a little bit shorter ride since it's so cold outside. People are going to want to definitely get back to the barn and warm up a little bit.
Very good. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll talk more about this. Maybe we'll learn some more secrets about Santa. Here coming up is Nickajack Farms Christmas at the Farm on Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
Thank you and your team for being constant companions and friends.
You have gotten me through many, many years.
News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Deny. Deny. But it's the holidays, sir. Can't we pre-approve these people for a car?
Humbug! Getting pre-approval is too much work. Social security numbers, hard credit pulls, a big waste of time.
Why don't we send them to Wacom? Wacom.com.
Wacom.com?
Yes, sir. At Wacom.com, you can get pre-approved. No social security number needed.
Pre-approved? Online? Piffle, I'm sure it takes days.
Actually, sir, it takes just a few minutes.
Only a few minutes to get pre-approved at Wacom.com? No social, no hard credit pull? Well, that's wonderful. Give me those applications. Pre-approved up to 30 grand. Pre-approved 30 grand.
Now that's the Wacom way, Mr. Scrooge.
Credit amnesty through the end of the year.
Plus new 2020 Hyundai Santa Fe, up to $6,000 off with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and Hyundai Assurance.
Get pre-approval with no hard credit pull at Wacom.com.
And get up to 30 grand.
Wacom.com.
Hard credit pull required for final loan approval. Get pre-approved online with no social at Wacom.com.
The families we serve at the Packley and Packley Arnold Lynch Funeral Homes are our top priority. During the current COVID-19 event, we want to share our plans with you. Arrangements can be made remotely, either online or by teleconference. We are expanding our ability to webcast funeral services, and we encourage the use of our online guest book for condolence messages. We have placed reminders throughout our funeral home to ask that physical contact, such as shaking hands or hugging, be limited with family members. Our large gathering spaces will be set up to allow social distancing. We continue, as always, to provide professional hand sanitizing stations throughout our facility and have enacted cleaning in all public areas. The staff of the Packley and Packley Arnold Lynch Funeral Homes are here to serve, protect, and honor each family we serve. If you have any questions or concerns, please call Joe at 330-833-3222.
Yes, we are open. We are open. The Medicine Center Pharmacies and the Half Off and Out By store in Louisville are open. Some great services are still in play. Our drive-through windows, curb service, and our enhanced delivery service. Our stores are fully inventoried and fully staffed for your convenience. 13 pharmacists to help you with your medications and over-the-counter products. So don't hesitate to visit us or use one of our services. Medicine Center Pharmacies in Canton, Louisville, New Philadelphia, and Minerva.
This is Amanda from Nickajack Farms.
And Debbie.
Christmas is a time for family and magic. Bring your family to our family this holiday season and see Santa, glide across the ice skating rink, and sip hot cocoa while you walk through the candy cane forest.
Come enjoy the magic of the season from November 27th through December 20th on weekends only from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Or come shop Grandma's Country Store for trees and holiday decor every day from 11 till 7. Learn more or buy tickets at nickajackfarms.com.
Merry Christmas!
Love the show. Thank God for radio. I don't know where we'd be without it.
Oh, yeah, listen to you daily. Your station is so informative.
News Talk 1480 WHBC.
And good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Spotlight. Today, we are talking Christmas on the farm with our friends from Nickajack Farms. And also, we want to remind you that if you have not tuned into our WHBC video stream, you can do that at our Facebook page, on Twitter, and also we do have a YouTube channel that you can watch the video as well, because you got to check out Santa's representative, Dale Smith. He's here telling us, and he's showing us Santa's mug, and he's showing us Santa's keys. He's like the real deal here. He's got the stuff, man. And, Santa's going to be coming to Nickajack Farms, and you got to be able to recognize all the cool stuff that he has. So, Dale, tell me, Santa chose to come to Nickajack Farms because it's a pretty special place, right?
It's the closest thing you're going to get to going to the North Pole. Right here, in Stark County, there's a candy cane forest that is growing. There are some candy canes that are actually growing in the field already this year. Santa's landing strip is there. I'm so excited. I know a lot of things, but I don't want to give it all up. I know there's a special training ground for another special holiday, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say that because I'm not that rep. I only represent Santa, but there are surprises that await you on the farm other than just Santa and the elves. It's amazing.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, ladies, talk a little bit too, besides coming there to do the ice skating and things like that, getting a Christmas tree or shopping, those kinds of things, you can do that too, right?
Oh, absolutely. We have some beautiful items in Grandma's Country Store this year. This will be the first year that we've had Christmas items. And I have to tell you, setting up the store was a lot of fun. It's all glitter and lights and sparkle. It is really cool. And of course, we will have some of those candy canes from that magical field that we're growing out there as well. We're going to have many Christmas trees. We have Colorado blue spruce, we have Scotch pine, we have Fraser firs. And they all get delivered right before we open, so they'll be nice and fresh, and we'll have some wreaths and all kinds of Christmassy stuff.
Yeah, one of the things about the whole COVID-19 situation is that people are choosing to decorate a lot more and, really kind of do things that get them into the Christmas spirit. This would certainly be one of those things that could kind of get you out of that, anxiety, depression kind of thing, right?
Setting up the country store really lifted my spirits. It took a couple weeks to do it, but boy, I was full of glitter when I went home at night, and it makes you feel happy.
Speaking of, I found some more glitter.
One of my favorite things that we're doing this year is going to be the wreath making classes. So for those of you who don't know, my mom's actually a florist. So she is amazing at teaching and making wreaths out of real greenery. So we made some last year to test this out, and my house smelled so beautiful. It smelled like fresh greenery. The decorations are just outstanding. So being able to come together with some of your friends and family and social distance, of course, but learn and make your own wreath out of real greenery is so cool. And I know I did it last year, and I am excited to do it again this year. So
yeah, I should mention, because I forget, we're all looking at each other on our video stream right now where we can see each other's names. But Amanda and Debbie Seabolt from Nickajack Farms, and also Dale Smith, who is the Santa representative officially. That's who's talking right now if you're listening on the radio. But Debbie, I didn't know that about you, and that's pretty cool. So people can come there and kind of learn that little bit of a craft themselves.
Absolutely. On December 3rd from 6 to 8 and December 12th from 5 to 7, I'll be having wreath making classes, and we'll be socially distanced. We'll do the class in the main barn, so we have a lot of room in there. And I will help you along the way make your wreath. You can bring your own decorations, or I have some you can choose from. And of course, the hardest part of making a wreath is the bow. And so if you're having a hard time making that bow, I can help you out with that as well. I grew up, my mom and dad had a flower shop in Pennsylvania, so I lived and breathed flowers for many years. And so it's kind of nice getting back to my roots and helping people enjoy this.
Yeah, and the evergreen smell, I think that's true too. A lot of people don't even really think about that, but when you have a fresh cut tree or, a wreath, you can put those wreaths indoors too. They don't have to be outside, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, don't forget, if you're coming to the class, you may want to bring a pair of gloves because the greenery does get very sticky.
Oh, okay. That's a good point. Now, do you have to sign up ahead of time for this?
It would be best if you could sign up. That way I know how many people are coming, and we can set the tables up at a social distance. And you can go right to our website under our shop pull down, and you can buy tickets right there for the class, and you can choose the date that you want to come to.
All right, very good. Well, we're going to take a break for the news, and when we come back, we will talk more about Christmas at the farm, Nickajack Farm, on Spotlight on 1480 WHBC.
Welcome in the season with a delicious fresh brewed pumpkin spice. Good. Always fresh. You'll get extra points when you save at Bell Stores. Ohio owned and keeping the family on full.
Moose is the German Shepherd, now 11, and he's been an amazing dog. Moose is so active and so alert and hasn't had any kind of health problems at all. He has a beautiful coat, and at 11, he'll still run and chase the ball. He has been on Dynavite since he's a puppy.
Dynavite for life.
Because if they're getting all their vitamins, micronutrients, microbials from the beginning, then you're not going to run into the problems associated with the grass, pollen, dust, dirt, fleas, ticks, you name it, and the itching and shedding down the road.
DINOVITE.com. We tell anybody that has a dog, if there was something that you could do right from the beginning so that you don't have expensive veterinary bills, why would you not do it? Get the Dynavite.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dinovite from DINOVITE.com.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio
Dell
app.
Technologies just announced their Black Friday sale. They're releasing new doorbusters every weekday, plus up to 50% off cutting-edge tech for your business. There's no better time to upgrade your small business with the latest laptops and desktops with Intel Core processors, plus there's free shipping on everything. Yes, everything. Give Dell Technologies advisors a call. They'll identify the right tech solution for your business. Call 877-ASK-DELL or go to Dell.com/SB Black Friday. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Now is new. The new Altman Now Urgent Care is now open in Louisville. Walk in, get care, and go home. The average turnaround time is less than an hour. Now is new. When your doctor's office is closed and you don't need the ER, choose Altman Now Urgent Care Center. Altman healthcare providers treat minor injuries and illnesses such as flu and fever, sprains and strains, and upper respiratory infections. Now is new. Fast and convenient at 506 West Main Street next door to Grinders. That's the new Altman Now Urgent Care.
Hey, it's Jim Michaels. If you have an Alexa, all you have to do is say, "Hey, Alexa, play 1480 WHBC.
Just ask Alexa.
Hey, Alexa, play 1480 WHBC.
I'm April from Verndale's Water Center. Our showroom is open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and our new Saturday hours from 9 to 1. Or visit our website for convenient online shopping.
Verndale's Water Center. Tap into
WHBC AM Canton, reliable as ever on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
From the News Talk 1480 WHBC newsroom, while some schools in Stark County are going to all remote learning because of a lack of substitutes and some who have seen an uptick in COVID-19 cases, Canton City Schools will send kids back to in-person learning 4 days a week in January. Republican Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose says he has full faith in the election process across the country and in Ohio, and he sees the country constantly going down the path of challenging the process when we don't like the results. Stark County Board of Elections certifying the November 3rd election today. During the early voting period, almost 39,000 people voted at the Board of Elections office. They say that's the most they can ever remember. Want to get a COVID-19 test and are having trouble finding a walk or drive up? Well, you may not need to do that for much longer. The FDA has given an emergency authorization for the first self-test that you can administer at home. The results come in about 30 minutes. Psychologists across the country say early holiday decorations are good for you. In a recent survey, they agreed that the sights and sounds of the holidays are associated with joy and good memories and are a way to alleviate depression, sadness, anxiety, and stress brought on by the pandemic. The NBA draft is tonight. The Cleveland Cavaliers will pick 5th. You can tune in for our Cavaliers draft special. It starts at 7 o'clock tonight right here on 1480 WHBC. More news coming up at 10 o'clock. I'm Pam Cook.
Your severe weather station, News Talk 1480 WHBC.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast. It'll be a chilly day today. Sun and some patchy clouds. High today 43. Mainly clear skies for tonight. Low 34. A sunny, windy day tomorrow. The high tomorrow up to 60. Breezy on Friday morning. Otherwise partly sunny and mild. The high on Friday 58. Saturday and Sunday cloudy and mild. The high Saturday 54. Sunday's high 59. I'm Steve Williams for News Talk 1480 WHBC.
We have the technology.
Look for News Talk 1480 WHBC, Canton, Ohio on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe.
We don't charge for this kind of service.
Yes, we're open. The great off-road is wide open, and the keys to family freedom are ready and waiting at Bears Power Sports. Get rolling with the off-road's best for as little as $5 a day during the Polaris Holiday Sales Event. Visit Bears Power Sports in North Canton, Ohio. We are family-owned and operated for over 70 years and a Polaris Hall of Fame dealer. Open 24/7 online at BearsPowersports.com. That's BAIRS. Offer valid in U.S. through 12/31/20 on select new Sportsman models, subject to qualification and financing. See participating dealer for details. Always wear a helmet, never drink and ride.
Hey guys, Jay
JT, and I'm sitting here with Samuel Rinaldi, Paramount Elite. Sammy, it's football season. I'm really bummed I can't go to these games.
JT, I hear you. That's why we're asking all homeowners, invite Team Paramount out to their home and allow us to create your own game day experience. Whether it's a custom basement or simply a man cave in the garage, allow Team Paramount to build your stadium. Call us 330-842-9181 or check us out on the web, ParamountEliteOH.com.
I've always loved a challenge. Someday, I'll be an entrepreneur with several businesses, so I'm building my leadership and my financial knowledge now at Stark State College. It's easy to make friends and develop a strong support system here. Student groups are helping me network with professionals even before I graduate. I'm also building personal connections with my professors, something I don't think I would get at a larger campus. With Stark State College, I know I'll go further than I ever dreamed. So, what's your dream?
Enroll for spring semester at starkstate.edu.
This is Amanda from Nickajack Farms.
And Debbie.
Christmas is a time for family and magic. Bring your family to our family this holiday season and see Santa, glide across the ice skating rink, and sip hot cocoa while you walk through the candy cane forest.
Come enjoy the magic of the season from November 27th through December 20th on weekends only from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Or come shop Grandma's Country Store for trees and holiday decor every day from 11 till 7. Learn more or buy tickets at nickajackfarms.com.
Merry Christmas!
Thank you and your team for being constant companions and friends.
You have gotten me through many, many years.
News Talk 1480 WHBC.
And welcome back, everyone. Pam Cook with you this morning on this Wednesday. Of course, it is Spotlight, and today we are talking about Christmas at the farm with my friends from Nickajack Farms. And if you are listening on the radio, yeah, that is wonderful. But you can also check out our video stream at 1480 WHBC on Facebook, at 1480 WHBC on Twitter, and also on our YouTube channel. Just search News Talk 1480 WHBC. And with me this morning, Amanda and Debbie Siebold, and also a very special guest, Dale Smith, who happens to be the all-important liaison between Nickajack Farms and Santa Claus. So we are glad to have Dale with us this morning, too, because that's very important as we get closer to that date. So let's fill everybody in if they are just tuning in about Christmas at the farm. Amanda, fill us in on what's going to be happening. This all gets started when? What's the date that we get these things rolling?
So we open on Black Friday. And we will be having, that starts the admission, which is Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays until December 20th. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can come to the farm for $12 and get your photo with Santa, socially distanced on it at his workbench in his toy barn. You can hang out with the elves, and you can write your letter to Santa and deliver it straight to the elf headquarters, the post office here at the farm. And then at that point, you can walk over and see, I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this, but the Easter Bunny training camp. And then you can hop down the bunny trail and go to the other crafts with Santa's elves. And then after you do that, you can have a quick little snowball fight with your friends and family. And on your way back to the barn, you can stop at the candy cane forest, see all the candy canes growing in the field, take a look at Santa's airport. I don't know if you know this or not, but Santa only flies on Christmas Eve. So any other time his reindeer aren't flying, he actually has to use helicopters and his Santa airplanes, all of that kind of stuff. So he thought it was important to build an airport here at the farm. And then we do, included in the admission, you get a hot chocolate. Everyone gets one hot chocolate and a s'more. We'll have fires around the farm that you can make your s'more, drink your hot chocolate, stay warm. And then, of course, we do have our ice skating rink. So that is included, or you can do that separately. If you want to come to the farm and just get your Christmas trees and shop for decor and then do one little fun thing, we do offer the ice skating separately from the admission price.
And the ice skating is something new this year. Talk a little bit about that, because that's going to be indoors, actually, but big indoors.
Yes. So the ice skating rink is really big, actually. It's 50 by 30. So it's a giant ice skating rink, but it is going to be inside one of our barns. So you can rent your skates and go out and have fun, skate around. It's a synthetic ice, so it's actually not the real ice that you see. That's why it's able to be inside. And then in the future, we're actually thinking about putting it outside and maybe some Christmas in July, things like that. So it'll be exciting to see what happens.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. That's fun. All right. So, Dale, tell us, how did Santa come to decide that he was going to come to Nickajack Farms? I mean, that's a pretty big decision.
It's a major decision. It wasn't an easy decision, obviously, but it had to. We had to consider several things because there's very good boys and girls all over the world. A lot of good boys and girls right there in the Stark County area, but it also came down to logistics. We had to have a big enough area to put all these things. You know, this candy cane field had to have an area. Santa's toy barn, his workshop, everything had to be. It was a logistical nightmare in the beginning, and the staff and people at Nickajack Farms hit it head on, grabbed the bull by the horns, or the reindeer in this case, and they pulled it off. So you're going to be surprised when you get here, because as Debbie said, you pull up the lane, it looks just like it did for Fall Fest, and then when you come through the entrance, everything changes into kind of what I told Santa was it reminded me of a magical winter wonderland when I visited last week checking on things. And one thing I almost forgot too, on my itinerary, it says that Mrs. Claus is going to be here one day for Cocoa with Mrs. Claus. Is that?
We're still talking to Mrs. Claus about that one, but she will be here to do story time. And if she cannot be here, the elves will be here. So we will have a separate area for stories.
I had to, and also Santa has authorized me, because the elves at the North Pole are also busy this time of year. There were some staff at the farm that just kind of had a unique personality, and he authorized me to train them to do some of the Christmas stuff that the North Pole elves will do.
Oh, and we have been having a fun time learning all of that stuff.
They have made some great elves, so we're excited about that. Now, Pam, just a side note, you said you're always on the naughty list or not on the nice list?
I wasn't going to tell everybody that, Dale.
Well, I'm
you said that before we went on the air. But you probably knew that about me.
I want to help you. I'm concerned. Now, sometimes boys and girls will ask Santa certain questions to make sure it's really him. Do you know all of the 9 reindeer?
Oh gosh. I think so. I think Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. And Rudolph.
And there's Rudolph.
Yeah.
And there's one everybody forgets.
Who?
You forgot.
Who?
It's in the song. It's in the song.
Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. And Rudolph.
Now there's one in the song. It says Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. Olive, the other reindeer.
Olive,
that's it. Santa knows if you're paying attention if you know Olive, the other reindeer. That'll help you out a little bit.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that on family members. That's good. That's good. Well,
those are some of the things that the elves at the farm had to learn this year.
They know that, yeah.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Very interesting.
Well, and the elves also know that the reindeer only fly on Christmas Eve. They also know that Santa's magical key will only let him in your house on Christmas Eve. Because some kids this day and age, they worry about things like that. Santa's key only works on Christmas Eve. And that Donner is spelled D-O-N-D-E-R. And on Santa's hot cocoa mug, you can check that out because he has all 8 reindeer engraved on that mug. And so Donner, that's a lot of people say Donner, D-O-N-N-E-R, and they even misspell it. A lot of kids that are really into Santa know it's D-O-N-D-E-R. Oh, and that Santa, of course, loves candy canes. That's one of his favorite things. In fact, you can pick up a copy of Santa's hot cocoa recipe. It's 2 cups of whole milk, 6 ounces of dark chocolate, a tablespoon of sugar, marshmallows, and a candy cane for stirring. And then there's the whole recipe. It's stirred, it's shaken until it goes into his mug. Then he stirs it with his candy cane. So you can have a copy of that recipe when you visit Grandma's country store at the farm.
I think that sounds like a martini. shape and not curve. Santa's a smart guy, right?
Very smart.
I think that's why you're on the naughty list.
See, that's it. That's it. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, let's also talk a little bit about, I know that, when we had you on and we talked about the Fall Fest and everything, you guys did a great job with that. And because some people, they are concerned about protocols and making sure that, everything's being followed with the masks and everything like that. You guys have that all under control and taken care of, right?
Yeah, so because of the new mask mandate, we will be enforcing the masks a little bit more this year. We do ask that you wear them inside our barns at all times. Outside, as long as you're social distancing, you can take your masks off. Apart from that, we do have staff who, before, during, and after, sanitizes everything. One of the problems that we came up with was that we have such big things like slides and golf clubs from our fall festival that it was really difficult to sanitize all of those things. So we actually got a backpack of sanitizing spray, and we would go around and spray everything down as often as we could to help sanitize and keep everything as clean as possible.
And one thing that we have not done, we're like 45 minutes into the hour, we have not told them where you're located. Let's give directions to Nickajack Farms for everyone.
Our address is 2955 Manchester Avenue Northwest in North Lawrence, Ohio. If you're putting it into your GPS, make sure you put the Northwest, or else you'll end up in Akron. We are in the middle of Clays Park and Tuslaw High School. So if you know where either of those two are, we are smack dab in the middle on Route 93.
Smack dab.
Yeah, we're on 93, go towards the high school. Very easy to find. So, all right, we are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will talk more about Christmas at the farm, Nickajack Farm. And more information can be found, of course, at the website, and more details there, and information on, getting a ticket. You can get tickets when you arrive as well. So stay tuned, and we'll have more for you here coming up on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
As hard as this year has been, our wonderful SARTA drivers and other staff have responded with grace and courage. Shout out to these men and women who have stepped up. These road warriors have been at the front line of keeping our riders and community safe. From showing up every day, no matter the risk, to countless hours sanitizing and disinfecting buses, our team has gone above and beyond to keep our riders safe. Thank you for supporting us, even through the tough times. Visit sartaonline.com to learn about our safety precautions. If you qualify for Medicare, this message is for you. Now's the time to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan for 2021. For residents of Canton-Massillon, United Healthcare offers Medicare Advantage HMO plans with more benefits and services than original Medicare. Plans may include prescription drug coverage, as well as flexibility in cost, benefits, and doctor choice. Discover a Medicare Advantage plan that works to your advantage. Annual enrollment ends December 7th. You must continue to pay your Medicare Part B premium. To learn more about Medicare Advantage plans that offer more benefits and services than original Medicare, including prescription drug coverage, all in one simple plan, call United Healthcare at 1-844-746-2585. That's 1-844-746-2585. Call today.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
This Thanksgiving, think outside the oven and get Thanks Grilling with Ace. Get a new grill and choose from top brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg to add even more flavor to your Thanksgiving turkey, side dishes, and desserts. Plus, right now, get free assembly and delivery on all grills and accessories $3.99 and up. For the best help on the best grills, stop by your local Ace and get Thanks Grilling. Ace Rewards members only through December 24th. See participating stores for scheduling or exclusions.
Listen to Health Matters with the Medicine Center Pharmacy this Friday at 9 a.m. with pharmacists Paul White and Brad White. Every Friday, we bring you medical guests and focus on health-related topics that answer your questions. Now you can also listen to the Health Matters podcast on WHBC.com. You can find it on the website under the Health Matters show.
Ready to fall into a new ride? At Friends and Family Credit Union, rates are falling and savings are soaring. Put yourself in the new or used car, truck, or motorcycle that you want and secure a rate as low as 2.99% APR up to 76 months. All rates and promotions are subject to change without notice. Fall into your new ride with a rate as low as 2.99% APR up to 76 months. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
This is Amanda from Nickajack Farms. And Debbie. Christmas is a time for family and magic. Bring your family to our family this holiday season and see Santa, glide across the ice skating rink, and sip hot cocoa while you walk through the candy cane forest.
Come enjoy the magic of the season from November 27th through December 20th on weekends only from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Or come shop Grandma's Country Store for trees and holiday decor every day from 11 till 7. Learn more or buy tickets at nickajackfarms.com.
Merry Christmas!
And welcome back for our final segment of Spotlight on this Wednesday morning, Nickajack Farms, and we are talking Christmas at the farm. And again, listening here on 1480 WHBC, but also you can watch our live stream video at WHBC on Facebook, also Twitter, and also search News Talk 1480 WHBC. We have a YouTube channel and you can find the video there. And if you don't get there right now, you can always go back to those pages and search for the video because it will live there forever, whether we like it or not. And we're talking about Christmas at the farm. And, you know, guys, one of the things that I always enjoy about going to Nickajack Farms for the Fall Fest is that you kind of like take this trip and you know, immerse yourself into the fall season. And that's kind of what it's going to be like for Christmas at the farm too, right?
Absolutely. We really go with the saying, bring your family to our family. We really strive opening our family farm up to everyone else. We really strive to make it a family experience. So we want to make it a kind of a day trip. You come out, you get your Christmas tree, you get to pick out your wreath decorations, get some Christmas presents while you're here, maybe go ice skating, get some food. We have amazing pepperoni rolls, drink some hot cocoa by the fire, and then stroll through our candy cane forest, see all of the delicious candy canes growing out in the field, go see all of our animals. We have llamas, alpacas, pigs, sheep, goats, all of the farm animals that you can think of. You can go ahead and get a pony ride, and then go into Santa's toy barn and see Santa, get a socially distanced picture with Santa, and then write your letter to see all of the things that you might get for Christmas. Take a look at the Easter Bunny training camp, and then make some other crafts and have an indoor snowball fight, which is really cool. So all of that stuff can take up a ton of time, and it's really fun. And there's so much different variety of things to do. It keeps everyone busy no matter how old you are.
Yeah, great to get the kids out. I mean, you know, like we've been talking about, everybody's inside and doing a lot of, you know, staying at home kind of thing. And so this is a good way to get out and maybe get a little bit of, you know, physical exercise and some good mental exercise too to help you feel better. But, you know, Debbie, give people a little sense of the history of Nickajack Farms, because we really didn't give any information about that at the beginning of the show like we normally do. But there's a history, and as Amanda was saying, in the family part of this whole thing.
Well, that is correct. Joe and I started the farm 16 years now, and my kids have grown up here. They've done everything from cleaning stalls to helping people during Fall Festival to helping me come up with new ideas for different things. So they are all three very much involved in the farm. And when Amanda says that it's our family farm that we're opening up, it really is our family farm. We started 16 years ago. It was important for me to teach other kids and children about agriculture. It was so very important and still is very important in our life. And talking to my girls and realizing how much they didn't know about agriculture, I said, this is something everybody needs. And so that was a main reason why Joe and I started the farm 16 years ago. And I have to tell you, the amount of people that have been through here that have learned one or two little tidbits about agriculture really just makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah, because and you know what? Besides that too, we've been talking about Christmas at the farm, and we've been talking about the Fall Fest and those kinds of things. But you have weddings there. I think Amanda is your wedding. Aren't you having your wedding coming up soon?
I am. My wedding is at the farm next year, and my fiance Nate actually works at the farm as well full time. So you will at any given day see any part of our family, whether it's my mom, dad, me, my two sisters, Nate. Anyone a part of the family, we're always there. So when we say bring your family to ours, we truly do mean that because we're the ones who are there working it every day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I have to ask Dale, you've got to explain again now to parents and grandparents and kids who are listening, when Santa is there on those weekends, he's not going to be in that red velvet suit you said, right?
Right. On his arrival, he'll have his traditional Christmas Eve suit. What we call his Sunday best. But at the workshop, it will be his work clothes. Santa, I'm trying to think. I haven't seen him in the workshop lately. He wears a shorter sleeve shirt because sometimes he's working with hand tools and power tools, and that's a safety issue. He also wears his glasses and sometimes goggles or face shield because he's working with wood shavings and things like that. And it's also it's kind of neat, they say necessity is the mother of invention. For the last umpteen years, you sit on Santa's lap in his special chair and get your picture. Well, to keep this socially distanced and safe, which is a big concern for Santa, the children will be on one side and one end of his tool bench, and he will be on the other side. So it makes for a very unique picture. Where else could you go and get your picture at Santa's toy bench or workbench? So it's safe, and he'll have his work clothes on, which, even though it's his work clothes, he still likes the red and white. So I remember he has a pair of bib overalls that are like the red velvet that he wears in the workshop sometimes, but he's a little more casual. And another thing too that boys and girls will point out to you, Santa doesn't usually have really long hair. A lot of Santa's helpers wear long hair. And that is a giveaway to the children that's one of his helpers. Because if you look at some of the old pictures you see, or the Coca-Cola ads that Santa did, that was a pure marketing thing. Santa does not like Coca-Cola. His drink is Dr. Pepper. It was a marketing thing, okay? But his hair is very short. It's not shoulder length. So, the kids will notice that as well. The kids are very quick to point out things. And this is a side note too. This was not part of my program, but for the guys out there that are listening and watching, the gift shop is amazing. If you need to find something for your wife, I was looking at that the other day, and the prices are so great, guys. It will not hurt your wallet, and there are so many cool things to pick out for your wife. I don't recommend bringing her along with you. That might hurt your wallet because everything they have there is beautiful, it's decorative, and I was excited telling Santa and my wife about all the stuff at the gift shop.
Great for a great surprise. It'll be a great way to surprise her. Well, we are out of time, but it'll be a wonderful time at Christmas at the farm, and Nickajack Farms. It is a fantastic place to go for the holiday season. Starts Black Friday, which is also November 27th. And I thank you guys for coming on today, filling everybody in, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season.
Thank you for having us.
See ya. Stay on the nice list.
You know the best way to start your morning?
Relax. We brought you to the best place in town.
I'm getting too excited.
1480 WHBC and WHBC.